Good afternoon and welcome to our pinhole quilting showroom. It's a lovely Friday afternoon here in Worcestershire and elsewhere in the UK. Maybe depending on your time zone, this is like early evening or you're just getting up for the day and you've got your Friday ahead of you. Whatever it is, welcome to our Facebook Live. We're posting it on YouTube afterwards, sometime over the weekend. It takes a while to upload, so we look forward to any comments that you've got or any feedback that you have on our Facebook Live, on the pages of Facebook or on YouTube, whichever you feel like doing. So it's me and Pete. Pete's behind the camera. He's answering any questions as much as he can while still doing the cameraman bit. How are you feeling today, Pete? Are you feeling good today?
I'm feeling good, thank you very much, yes.
Good, that's good to hear. Pete and I were separated for 2 whole days this week because I've been up in the north of England seeing some lovely customers up in that area. And we took, I should start with a quick apology that we're a few minutes late because we've just had a meeting with someone and it's about the sort of future developments within pinhole quilting. So we're pretty excited about that and more news on that will come in due course. We'll keep you waiting and on tenterhooks, as they say. Okay, well, it's as I say, it's been a busy week. Wednesday, Thursday, I went up to see Stuart Hillard, who's our Handy Quilter ambassador, and he quilts with this very machine. It's the Handy Quilter Mara. It's a 20-inch throat space machine, and he's got it with the Pro Stitcher that we have on here as well. He uses it quite extensively for his samples when he's doing his quilts and things for some of the TV that he does and for his books. He's got a new book that will be coming out. He'll be launching it, like special early release copies will be available at the Festival of Quilts in August. So definitely go say hi to Stuart. We saw some of the quilts. He gave us a sneak peek at the open day that we had in the autumn last year, and it was great to see those quilts. And honestly, there are so many quilts that he had that I wanted to make, and he's bringing out some new fabric lines as well. So Stuart is a busy bee, just like he was on the sewing bee, and he was on that very first sewing bee, which I watched back recently. It was so great to see him. He's pretty much unchanged from the original Stuart that was on that program. So we spent almost a whole day together because he's got a unit up in Goole in Yorkshire where he keeps his machine, and we were moving it to the floor below. So he's got a bit more space, a bit more. I'll post some Facebook photos. I didn't post them. It's been quite busy, but I'll post those photos to show the space he's got. So he's got space in a single room with the 12-foot long arm. Doesn't look like it's very big in that space, so he'll be able to do some of his other work in there as well. So I did that and serviced his machine and then toddled off down to Scunthorpe and serviced another customer's machine the following day, and then saw another customer on the way back. That was lovely to catch up with Brenda. If you're watching, hi Brenda, in Leicestershire. So hi to both of those customers, Sandra and Brenda. Okay, anybody online, Pete? Or are we on our Todd?
Yes, winners again this week are Helen and Jeff in Northumberland.
Yay! Helen and Jeff in Northumberland, the Cloth House.
Thank you so much for your very nice review on Trustpilot,
we really
Helen and Jeff. Much appreciated.
Yes, really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
There's Joan up in the northwest.
Yes, hi Joan.
Isabel in Spain.
Isabel in Spain. Gosh, yes, now Spain would be nice.
Pauline Droy-Moore, who's waiting for her new Pro Stitcher Lite to be installed soon.
Yep, I'll be seeing you very soon, Pauline. I'm looking forward to a catch-up and to see what you've learned about rulers with Carolyn. That's great.
And we've got Sherilyn Bain.
Oh, yes, Sherilyn.
Yep, Mary up in Scotland. It's wet and blustery up at Mary McPhillips Land.
Oh, yes. So Mary's recently also had the Pro Stitcher Lite. So great. I hope you're getting on well with it, Mary. If you've got any questions, just let us know. And actually, if you have any things that you think might be useful for other people as well, do let me know, because I can always do like a video on simulation or something and post it. I know that Linda's planning to do more things on Pro Stitcher this year, videos and stuff. So do also check out Capricorn Quilting YouTube channel. And I know that she'll be uploading some more information for people using Pro Stitcher.
There's also the lovely Pat in Wisconsin, who regularly joins us.
Yes.
Whom we saw in Houston last week.
We did. Hi, Pat. Hi.
Wendy in Bristol.
Yeah. Hi, Wendy.
Julia Ewart.
Wendy with
also
her
in Northumberland.
Capri. And
Graham.
who's that?
Sorry?
Who was that?
Julia with her Amara Pro Stitcher.
Yes, Julia. Yep. Amara Pro Stitcher. Fantastic. And the lovely dogs.
And Graham with his Amara Pro Stitcher.
Yeah. Hi, Graham.
Audrey up in Scotland too.
I loved his quilt that he was doing last week, I think it was. I saw it posted. Audrey?
Audrey Richardson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, hi, Audrey.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Sherilyn Bain is otherwise known as Sherry Bain in Shropshire.
Yes, different last night. It always confuses me because, it would be interesting to know, Sherry, if you've managed to get onto your Avanti Pro Stitcher yet. Otherwise, we need to have a catch-up, I think, don't we? So hopefully you have.
And the lovely Judy just round the corner from us.
The lovely Judy. Think of you often. We do.
And your home help.
And your home help. The lovely, lovely David. Okay, now, all of those hellos just kind of indicate how many people we have around the country that, we've had the pleasure of meeting. Some of you only online, but even Pat over in Wisconsin, we've had the pleasure of meeting in person. It's always lovely to have that opportunity to meet customers and to find out about your creative pursuits. The lovely thing about Facebook Live is that we connect with you here most Fridays. I've got an annoying fly around me, so excuse me. It's probably after my coffee, my lovely hazelnut coffee. Hazelnut coffee, we've just got some more in. And it's absolutely delicious. Littles, I can recommend it. I'm a bit of a hazelnut coffee fan since discovering it when I was in New Orleans, back in the 1990s, hanging out in the French Quarter, just spending my days drinking endless cups of coffee in a beautiful coffee house in the center of that amazing city. I was very, very fortunate to spend 3 weeks there, checking out the Jazz Festival, which was awesome. So here we go. Cheers to everybody who's having their cup of tea or their hazelnut coffee. One of my many nicknames is Captain Hazelnut. Fun fact. Right. So it's been a busy week, and one of the things that I was doing, and the header on our Facebook page, is this lovely panel. Okay. So this panel, which has come about as a result of a collaboration between a few people, myself, Carolyn, James, and Helen. Oh, excuse me. Helen
Burnham.
Thank you. I got Wareham in my head, and I couldn't get rid of Wareham. I knew it wasn't right. Helen Burnham. So with Helen, we'll be teaching feathers, and we have a different panel for that. But this is the one for our rulers and fills class. So these have just come in, hot off the press this morning, the big batch of them. These are my drawings printed out. The colours aren't very true to what's the printers. The printer's actually what I wanted. But these are going to be useful because I can sketch on here and kind of work out what designs I'm going to put where. So I thought it would be fun to show you how I would approach this. I have given it not as much thought as I would have liked in preparation for Facebook Live, but such is life because we had that meeting that I mentioned earlier. I haven't had as much time, and because I was out yesterday, to do this as I would have liked. But hey ho, this is what it's about when we do Facebook Live. So I have this lovely panel. On it, I've got 2 circles in a block. I've got a mitered corner block. I've got a couple of crosses here in a square, and I've got a square on point. It is the square on point I'm going to work on. So I'm going to flip it around, and I'm going to work on this. I'm going to stabilize my block. I'm going to show you how I would base this onto the surface without having to attach the whole thing to the top leader. I'm just going to leave the rest floating. And I'd already got my backing fabric on. I've just laid on a piece of sort of scrap wadding that isn't the right size, but I have a technique for joining the batting or wadding so that it doesn't show, and I might even show that, or will at least do it. I can show you a video of that as well. Now, I have got some threads that I'm going to use with this panel. I thought it would be fun to have a panel like this in colours that I love. Oops, touch my microphone. In colours that I love, and to put some glide threads together with it. So that's what I've done. So this is the kind of fun job I have. I lay out my fabric, and there's some pictures up on our website where you can buy these panels now. So we've got two different panels. We've called one, what have we called them, Pete? We've
called them the Perfect Ruler Practice Panel and the Perfect Feather Practice Panel.
Yeah.
So if you go to our website, handyquilter.co.uk, and just type in perfect in the search box, they will pop up.
Yeah, which is great, because we thought it would be, even if you can't come to the classes, that you've got the opportunity of purchasing these and using them for your practice. I will be stitching up one of these. Carolyn will be doing the same prior to the class in February. We've got a class in February and a class in April on these panels. There are still spaces on both of those classes at the moment, so do dive in, both for sit down and stand up customers. It includes these lovely panels, it includes your lunch, it's $18.50 for the day, and it includes the use of our machine, one per customer.
$18.50 for the day, I don't think.
$18.50 for the panel.
For the panel.
Includes the $18.50 for the panel.
Includes the panel, yes.
Yeah, did I get that wrong? Yeah, it's...
I was only half listening, so it might have been me that got it wrong. I don't want to accuse you.
Yeah, yes, £18.50, bargain. In fact, we pay you. No, it's $160 for the day, which includes the panel, which retails for £18.50. And it includes your lunch. And it includes teaching by both Carolyn and I. So we're looking forward to doing that. We love doing the teaching because, you know, people come on those classes and you see when they go home what they're able to do, and it's brilliant. It doesn't mean that you can do all that by the end of the class, but you will have all the skills and knowledge to be able to go home and practice. And practice is what it's about. Let me just show you the threads that we've put together for this. So we've got 9 threads, so it kind of makes the same number as... It does make the same number as a Glide Thread Club, what we call Glide Thread Club. You don't have to join a club. Glide Thread Club is so named just because that's what we called it. And this fly is very annoying. There's the blue. We've got a beautiful, this one is called Haze. And I would put this in here because I think that shows that off very nicely. And we've also got this one, which goes really well in here. And we've got Bone, the beautiful Bone. Bone is awesome. Look at Bone. Bone is amazing. Bone kind of pulls to lots of different things. Looks really good on the feathers panel in particular. Then we've got Tea-Berry. Tea-Berry, look at Tea-Berry, that's gorgeous. And we've got Sea Green. Look at Sea Green. Love Sea Green. We've got Pale Mist, which is going to look incredible on some of those light borders. And we've got Silver. Now, the reason I've put Silver in is I wanted to show you, if you have this pack of Glide threads, you can put them wherever you like. But the thing is about Silver is it really reflects and pulls to whatever you put it against. I don't know whether you can see, but I've literally, over here,
it looks... pure silver thread. It's very difficult to see on here, but actually... It looks like the same colour as the background.
Yeah, and over here?
And the same here.
It looks like it's blue. It's amazing. So the whole idea is for you to get an understanding of how threads look on different colours. I gradated these, so I designed this myself, on CorelDRAW with the aid of those 2 aforementioned people, which was brilliant input, so good when you collaborate with people. But then by grading it, you can see whether you like or don't like how it looks on a lighter or darker surface. And so I thought from a learning point of view, this would be a really valuable piece because we can go darker with this Tidewater if we wish, rather than going paler with Pale Mist. And in so doing, so you could do like one of these sides of the border with Pale Mist, you could do this side and this side, and you could do this side, and the bottom with Tidewater, and see the effect. You could even do 3 different ones. You could do one in silver. Listen, I'll leave it up to you. You are the creative people, right? So retail for Glide Thread Club, Pete, is
£31.50, which is 20% off standard price for Glide Thread. So this Mark's busy putting this one up online at the moment. It's a really nice collection. It's actually a curated thread collection because these colours do appear in other Glide Thread packs.
Exactly.
But it's specifically for these perfect panels, and it will also be called Perfect Thread Pack. So again, once it's online, that will be visible if you type in perfect.
Perfect. Thank you, Peter. Peter, perfect. Right, have a little bit more hazelnut. I'm going to flip this round. So I've just got one layer of wadding on this. I'll just use one layer because that's what our customers will be using in the class. So I'm going to go up to the edge of that, pop that under there and just pull it back. Doesn't matter if I don't get it perfectly straight. These panels are 70 centimeters by a meter wide. So I've gone the meter wide across the width, which is fine because I've got a 44-inch wide piece of fabric and there is extra on the sides. I'm going to put some side tension on in a moment, but before I do that, and you would have ironed it, I haven't ironed it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter for me. I'm going to just hold it in place. And now you can use, if you have Pro Stitcher, you can use these channel locks to lock your wheels and to attach the fabric to the quilt backing and the wadding. You could, I'm just going to pull this, I'm going to move a bit further forward actually, because I wanted to demonstrate something. I realised I can't demo it if I do what I just did. There's a few different options for basting this on. You could go along the edge, like with a wavy line. We can, because it's such a wide space here that I'm not going to be quilting, because I'm going to start quilting here. You could just do a straight line. And the way that you can do that is, with the Amara and with the other machines as well, we can put our handlebars as far back as it will go against the take-up rail. On the Amara, I don't know whether you're aware, but these things that you adjust your handlebars with to bring them forward, tilt in, etc., they lock, but then once they're locked, you can actually rotate them so they're out of the way. For ages, I did not know that. And it was the lovely Derek, who's our engineer over in Northern Ireland, who actually said, did you know you can do this? But he said it in his Ulster accent, and I realised that, no, I didn't. I did not know that. So it makes it easier to put them against the take-up rail. What we can do is we can actually use the furthest reach of that take-up rail to put a pretty straight line, pretty much a straight line in. So you don't have to put your channel locks on. You could use your take-up rail. When there's no varying quantity of fabric like I have on here, because this is used for samples and things, and for just testing out machines, so it's a bit bouncy. There's quite a lot of fabric on there at the moment. You will find it easier if there isn't too much fabric on it. It should be a bit firmer. Your other option is to use these channel locks. So the channel locks can be used to lock either the wheels on the carriage or the wheels that are on the machine. So if I was to lock the wheels on the machine like this, that stops them going forward and back, so I get a horizontal line. This is how we based the quilt onto the frame in the first place. But with this particular one, I'm just obviously basting it onto the backing that I've loaded, and then I'm going to go around and I'm just floating it, like I say. So I can do that. Also, because I've got Pro Stitcher, I can put horizontal channel lock on, and now it's locked it on that horizontal line as well. I'll just put it forward a fraction. There we go. Okay, I'm going to start off with this very vibrant, you could say vibrant, it's like neon pink thread, so that you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to run through starting and stopping. I've got the sure foot on, which is the deeper ruler foot, because I'm going to be doing some ruler work on here. And so I've got that on. And I'm just going to see how straight